to Wildwood Cottage and welcome back to Wales. It's lovely to have you here. Hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all having a good week. Isn't it a lovely day today? The sun's out. I like it when the sun comes out. Haven't seen it for ages. So I just thought I'd go down and see the chickens and take them their breakfast. We've had a little bit of wispy snow overnight. We've had frost. It's been cold and it's turning out to be a beautiful day today. So we're going to be working outside today and I'm going to make a start on my fig tree garden. I've got my fruit trees to plant, so we'll have a look at them in the polytunnel. The chickens are still in bed, the lazy lumps. Still in their little house. Good morning. Mr. Stoat has been back, look. That's Mr. Stoat, that is. Pesky little blighter. I think I need to bring the trap down here. Hi chickens. You can't get in as far as I know. I've checked everywhere. Hello girls. Good morning. Are you coming out, Pippa? Pippa, Daisy, Grace. And little Gertie's getting all her feathers back now. She's looking very pretty. Aren't you, Gertie? Yeah. Lovely coating your feathers. There's Grace. Right, so I think I need to set my trap up here because he's being far too persistent for my liking. People do say to me, oh well, the stoats keep rats away, the stoats keep the mice away. But you know, I think I'd rather fancy my chances with a rat than with a stoat for my chickens. So, need to sort that out as soon as possible, I think. So, looks like he's been around overnight because that's where he was tunnelling. That wasn't there yesterday. Right, let's lock them in so they're safe. They can wait for their water for a minute. The sun hasn't quite come over the trees yet. Another week or so and the sun will be above the trees. It's about 11:30 in the morning, so it's not going to get any higher. But you can want to take the asparagus in. It's in this basket. I don't want it to die in the frost. Something's been living underneath it. He's been in and it didn't go off. Typical. I wonder why it's not gone off. He's had the meat. See, I put meat in the back there. He's had that. Let's have a look and check the trap, shall we? Let's get a stick. Yep, it works. He must have done a Houdini round that. Little git. Oh well, let's try again. Unless it was a mouse. Could have been a mouse. But yeah, I'm going to put something else at the back here. He's obviously been around. And see if we can catch him tonight. It is a live trap. It's a good sized live trap, especially for rabbits and rats and hares, cats. So yeah, we're going to see if we can get him with the live trap. I don't know why he didn't get got. So yeah, I'm just going to go and get my breakfast. I know it's a bit late for having porridge at this time of the day, but yeah, my new wartime diet is going really well. I'm having a war ration of porridge most mornings, and then I'll have something for lunch with potatoes, and then we have another meal in the evening. So, sorry, I thought I saw something. So yeah, it's going really well. I'm having an apple in the afternoon. Sometimes I'll put a bit of crumble mixture on the top, or sometimes I'll serve it with some yoghurt and a little drizzle of honey on the top. So that's really nice. I'm having a banana every day, and I'm having that of an evening. I know bananas were hard to get, but I do like to have a banana because I'm trying to do the healthy eating thing and I'm feeling a lot better. So I have to say the diet is going really well and I'm feeling a lot healthier, a lot happier, and it seems to be suiting. And I'm eating loads of food. It's amazing just how much they could eat on war rations and how far they could push it. So I've got loads of recipes to come. I made pasties yesterday with war rations short crust pastry, and all it was a parsnip, a carrot, some mushrooms. I have 4 mushrooms, I think, and a sweet potato and some lentils. I put half a cup of lentils in and let all that cook in the pan with a bit of water, a bit of mixed herbs, and a little tiny bit of Vegemite style stock. Put that in. Let it all go nice and soft. Added a small spoon of about half a teaspoon of curry powder. Mixed it all in together, and then I went back to my pastry, rolled it all out, put the mixture in, made the pasties, a bit like a Cornish pasty style pasty, and popped them in the oven in the Prity stove for about half an hour, I think. And we just had one of them for our tea, and that was lovely. We were going to have it with a potato bake, but that didn't cook in time, so yeah, we couldn't have that for our tea. But we're going to have that for our tea tonight. I'm not sure what I'm going to serve it with. I might put it with a bit of turkey leftovers from Christmas, because one of the things I want to make is a turkey pie, like a chicken and vegetable pie, but with turkey. So I'm going to do that on my war ration pastry. So if you're interested in my victory garden, do subscribe, do like, do hit that comment section and leave comments below. And you can keep up to date with my victory garden and my shenanigans in my wartime kitchen, because I am following my wartime cookery books. I've got Eat for Victory, I've got Dig for Victory, I've got We'll Eat Again, I've got quite a few. I've got the Digging for Victory cookbook. I've got another one on the way. So yeah, if you're interested in keeping up to date with all that kind of thing, do subscribe to my channel. So I'm just going to go in and get my porridge, and then we'll come out, do the fruit, get the strawberries out, and then I think that'll be that. I think the sun will be gone. So I need to sort the trap out, to sort the stoat out, try and get rid of him because he's becoming a nuisance, and see if I can catch him. But I do have to think of the welfare of my chickens, because they're a prisoner in their run at the moment, and he's walking around the run looking through the perspex, and I don't want him terrorising my chickens, because that's then going to affect my egg production. That's then going to affect how many eggs I get, and that defeats the object of me having my chickens. So yeah, I'm going to go and get my porridge, and I'll see you back in the garden in a little while. Right, so I've just come back out to bait the trap, and we've got sardines in a lid, squashed in. Hopefully that will do the trick. So I'm going to put it in right at the back of the trap, and see if we can lure him in, see what happens. So just turn you around. Right, so I'll put the trap up, and the bait is going to go at the back along there. Right, so I'll put my little lid at the back, and I've baited it. I know Mr. Stoke comes around in the daytime as well, so I'm going to take my chance, and we'll have a look later and see if he's been back, because I'm hopeful. As I say, you can see the base of the back there, so we'll see what happens. Right, so I've had my porridge, and I'm just sorting out my dinner, because the cook stove will take about an hour to cook my dinner, and I'm trying to get all my food eaten by 5 o'clock. So it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. So I just thought I'd show you what I've been making. So I made mushroom soup, and that's just thickening on the stove. It looks absolutely delicious. I made this yesterday, and I had some mushrooms that were past their best for anything else, so I turned it into a soup. So I've added a bit of my war ration of milk into it. It was about 8 or 9 mushrooms, and then I've topped it up with water, and then I've thickened it with some corn flour. So my husband's taken some of that to work with him, and so he's having that for his lunch. Excuse the mess, I've been trying to fight a mouse this morning. This is my pasty, turned out really well, really pleased with it. There you go. War ration short crust pastry with curried vegetable and lentil on the inside, so it's got a good dose of protein in it, so that's going to fill us up. And it was going to go with this, but it didn't cook in time last night, so this is going to be our tea tonight, and it's a potato bake with breadcrumbs on the top. So I'm going to put a little bit of grated cheese on the top, I think, or I might just try and grill it under the grill and crisp it up a little bit, because it's gone a bit soggy. So that's that. I've got a mouse back, he's been eating my apples, so I've been fighting with him this morning. So that's that. We've also got, for tomorrow's dinner, I'm going to make, I've got this rice to use. This is from our curry the other night. So I'm going to turn this into an egg fried rice, and we can both have that for our lunch tomorrow. So that's a good meal there. So with this for tea tonight, I've got some leftover turkey from Christmas, and I've got some vegetables. So I'm going to put that with that. But with this, I'm going to make a bit of a wartime coleslaw, and I'm going to do cabbage and celeriac and an apple in a little bit of mayonnaise, and pop that on the side of the plate with this when it's warmed up. And that'll do for my lunch with a little bit of mushroom soup. So that needs to go in the oven in a little while, and then I'll have that for my tea. So shall I show you the coleslaw that I'm going to make, and we'll make that as our recipe for today. Right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to go through my cookbooks. I've got Feeding the Nation, Eating for Victory, and Eating What We'll Eat Again. So I'm going to have a look. These two are by Marguerite Patton. I think it's just excerpts out of this book. Well, this book is more of a complete book of this book. I don't know which one came first, but they're both in association. This one's in association with the Imperial War Museum, and this one is up to 1954. And I think this one was for Marks and Spencer's. So there's an awful lot more recipes in there. So I'm just looking for my coleslaw recipe. And I thought I'd show you the pastry that I made yesterday. This is the pastry. This is the pastry I made yesterday. It uses 8 ounces of plain flour, a pinch of salt, 4 ounces of margarine. Now, I didn't use the 4 ounces of margarine. I used 2.5 ounces of margarine because I didn't want to have all the fat. And I substituted the rest of the margarine with an egg. And then to bind it together, because it was still a bit crumbly, I added a bit of water. So I didn't use all of the fat because I thought 100 grams seemed like a lot of fat, really, for a war ration for one meal. So that was why I substituted it. But as it's turned out, the pies have ended up doing 2 meals. So that's been really useful. I'm just going to see if there is any coleslaw in here that I can use. I've got my glasses on. Just to find out the quantities, really, more than anything. There is a website that I use online, and it's called the 1940s Experiment as well. And there's lots of recipes in there. There might be something in the salad in this Eating for Victory. A salad a day, it says in here. So let's have a look at that. 109. Dressings. No, there isn't anything in that one. Let's just check this one. And I think I'll have to make it up as I go along, otherwise nothing there either. So maybe coleslaw wasn't a thing during the war because of the mayonnaise. So what I'm also thinking of doing for tea as well, and if it works, I'll do it as a recipe, is a lentil pudding, like a steamed pudding, and you steam it in a bain-marie, like I did with Christmas puddings on the top of the stove. And I was thinking that I could make it into a mould, put it in the dish and steam it. So I might do that for tea tomorrow with some vegetables. I'm trying not to do potatoes every day, but I like potatoes and they're a good filling meal. And yeah, so I think I'll just take myself off into the kitchen and I'll just do what I think is a good wartime quantity for making coleslaw, and that'll do for dinner tomorrow as well. So just have my cup of tea, finish watching Frugal Money Saver, and I like their channel because they do lots of wartime stuff as well. I'll put a link in the description bar below for you for their channel, and yeah, it's just a good channel to go to if you're looking for frugal money saving tips. So yeah, I'm just going to get my cup of tea, and then I'm going to put my pie in the oven, and I'm going to go and make my coleslaw. So I'll see you in the kitchen in a minute. Right, okay, so for my coleslaw, I'm using 1 carrot. I'm going to use a bit of red cabbage. Again, I'm going to do some of that for tea. And I'm going to add some sliced coleslaw. Now, I don't want to take too long because the sun's out, as you can see, and I want to get back outside and finish my outside job. So we'll do this together quickly, and then we'll get back outside. I'm not going to bother peeling my carrots because I don't want to waste all the goodness there is still in the carrot, even though it's a commercial carrot. Quite a lot of carrot in that there. So I'll plonk that in there. Might need a bigger bowl. Right. I'm not going to cut loads of this cabbage, but I'm going to cut it a healthy amount. I don't waste the outside leaves. I put them in the dye pot and dye some wool with them. Try and slice it finely. Can't really grate it. I might not put the celeriac in because I don't want to overload my bowl, and I think this is going to be a good amount for what I'm doing. So I'm not going to put the celeriac in, that's not going in, that'll do for tea. Cut off as little as possible off the celery at the bottom. You don't need to cut a big chunk off, and all you need to do is just cut off a thin slice at the top, and that's it. So I'm going to do this in slices. Now, a thing of celery like that at the moment is about 60p. I always look for the fattest ones because you get more stalks and you get bigger stalks, so they go a lot further. And I've got 2, 4, and then the bits in the middle. So I've got about 12 sticks there for 60p. Right, so there's my coleslaw. I'm not going to put any more in. I'm going to use this bowl as my gauge. It's going to do 2 people for two days. So there's probably about enough for 4 people there. Mix all that in. Tastes lovely. You've got yourself a nice rainbow bowl of salad. Now, rapeseed oil is in. Mayonnaise does have rapeseed oil in it. I want to make my own at some point, but I'm not doing that today. But I'm not going to put a lot in. I'm going to add apple cider vinegar to it. I'm just going to use a jar. And I'm going to put that much mayonnaise, which is about just under a dessert spoon. I'm going to add a little bit, just a dribble, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of vinegar. This is one I've made myself. 1. This is homemade apple cider vinegar. 2. I have got one of those little egg whisks, but I've left it in church. Because I want to get out in the sun, I'm just going to put some mixed herbs in instead of chives. Bit of a sprinkle on the top, not too much. And then that's going to be my dressing. Doesn't look a lot of dressing, but you know, you don't need a lot. It's enough just to coat it all. The vinegar will break down the vegetables a bit, the cabbage a bit. And by the time I come back to it later on in about an hour, it will have softened a bit and it'll taste really yummy. So let's have a little taste. That's delicious. Tasty. Right, so I'm going to put a bit of a plate over the top. Leave that to one side for an hour, and then I'll show you it served up with my pie in a bit. Excuse the mess, but I haven't been in here for months, and I desperately need to tidy up and get it sorted out for the spring. But these are the plants that I got off Beechcroft Nurseries. Now, they look really, really good plants. They're a good height. They're a good 4 foot tall, over a metre. So that's good. I ordered this champion quince. I ordered, champion quince. I ordered this medlar, which I've never tried before, never eaten before, but I know that they can grow quite well around here. So I wanted to see what they were like. It says it has a cinnamon flavour fruit, and then after night frosts, suitable for consumption, edible when they rot, and suitable for jelly, harvest November, December, and they're self-pollinating. So if it does well, I'll order another one. I've also got a green gauge, which is this one here. I've got a damson, this one. This is Prunus domestica, and it says damson, and it's a plum tree. A golden gauge, that was it. That's the other one, a golden gauge, but there's no label. So I've got a golden gauge, and then I've got the quince, I've got the damson, and I've got the medlar. So they need to go in pots. And I got some big pots off my brother, so they're going to go in those. I've also got my jasmines to sort out, which are here. I've got another 5 of those. and each one's got 4 in a pot. So I've got 20 altogether of the jasmine to go out. And then I've got to tidy this mess. These are my Cape gooseberry. Now the frost got them early, so they didn't fruit. I did get fruit off them. They were very tasty. They were lovely. But yeah, they've all finished. And apparently they're perennials. So I'm going to cut all the tops off and see if I can get them to come back. This one here is my apricot. It's nice and happy in here. I think it's going to be okay. It seems to have good branches on it. I may put a bit of fleece over it if we get some particularly cold weather. But it seems to be okay at the moment. It did leaf in here, but it didn't flower. And then I've got another Cape gooseberry at the back there. Now this bench here is going to go along here. I've got this old wood off the bed frame. Now it's my brother's old bed, so I've got 4 pieces of this. And what I thought was I could pop that on there, a piece either side with legs on, and then I can do my seeds on here. And it can run the whole length of the polytunnel at the back there. And then once I want to start growing, I can take these out of the way, start my plants off underneath, and then when they get too tall, just move the wood off the top and leave the staging in place and grow through it, and that'll give the plants a bit extra support. I'm also going to do something on this side. I have a similar theme because I've got this red frame here, which was out of my greenhouse, so I'm going to put that on this side with wood either side, the same as this one, and I'm going to have staging area on both sides. I might try and anchor it in some way to the frame of the polytunnel, just so it doesn't fall over in the wind. And we'll see how we get on, because then I can fiddle about with the soil underneath and get that nice, because I'm going to empty the compost bins and I'm going to empty them into here. I think that'll be a good use of the soil, because this soil's rubbish. I also need to do my raised bed, so I need to find some more fence posts that I can cut up and make into the frame. So that's the plans for in here. So I'm going to try cleaning this out today while the weather's so cold, bring the chickens in and get stuck into this mess and get it ready for my seeds. So that's the plan for that. Haven't done any more outside. It's been far too cold. The ground's been a bit frozen and I've been busy helping my brother move. So yeah, oh, I've got something else to show you as well that I got from him. That I thought would be very useful. I've seen all the strawberries in my lawn. I need desperately to get all them out before I cut the grass next. But yeah, I got this old freezer. Put a piece of wood across the top and use it as a bit of a bench. Right, so I've got this freezer off him and it's still got the drawers in. I've taken the motor out the back and I'm going to use it for my fresh stuff that I take out of the garden. When I get my produce out the garden, I can just store it in here in the drawers. I was going to bury it, but I'm not too happy about putting it in the ground. So I haven't decided yet how that would work. I think if I had a top freezer, the chest freezer, that might work better. So I'm going to keep this in here, and then I can keep things like carrots and apples and stuff like that in there and keep the door shut. So I think that'll work well. I can always put one of those child locks on to keep the mice out. And then the rest of this space here, I'm going to put some tomatoes in again and see if I can get them to grow any better than they did last year. Because I think that'll work out well. Such a lot to do. There's always such a lot to do around here. Thinking of taking these out. These are the Jerusalem artichokes and putting them somewhere else. The only thing is, once they're there, you'll never get rid of them. I thought I'd just come out for a walk. It's the end of the day and yeah, I had a busy day. But I thought that I'd just give you an update on the owl. I realised in my video so far I haven't given you an update on the owl. So yeah, Mr. Tawny Owl is now very happy because Mrs. Tawny Owl came back and oh, it was lovely. It was really sweet. She came back last night about 5:10 because that's kind of dusk nearly dark here, and that's when he comes out. And I heard him and he was doing his do-do-do-do that he does, and then in the distance you could hear in the distance, and he was like, oh, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, he was so happy. And yeah, I was standing there saying, she's back, she's back. Yeah, I was very happy for him. So I was lying in bed this morning, listening to them, and he was quiet, but she was like doing wee, 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 looking for him. And then now and again you could hear do 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 in the distance. So yeah, he's a very happy owl, a very happy tawny owl now. So they've been reunited. But what I didn't realise was there was 2 females that had gone missing, and 2 males were looking for their, excuse a sec, 2 of the males were looking for their lovely wives. So yeah, they've been reunited, everybody's happy, I can get some sleep, and, ooh, muddy. Yeah, sorry, there was a big muddy patch. Yeah, everybody's happy. So I just thought I'd give you that update and let you know that she turned up. And yeah, I'm just going to make my way down here. I'm going to have to switch the camera off because it's very muddy. I'm slipping and sliding all over the place. I think that's it from me for today. Can't think of anything else to show you or to share with you. I'm trussed up like it's winter because it is, and it's cold. And yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that before I go home for the evening. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Do like and subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date with my wartime challenges and my wartime cookery in the kitchen. So yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave you, love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next video. So do like and subscribe, do hit that bell, and do keep up to date with my channel, and share it around on social media if you want to. I do have a Ko-fi account if you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee or the girls a treat. And I'll see you next time. So take care, bye for now, bye bye.